Matters appear to be going as badly as possible. It may be relied upon that we shall have a revolution. I have never doubted the inclination of the lower orders. They are rotten to the core. They will plunder and annihilate, and we shall witness scenes such as have never occurred in any part of the world.
The election was a foregone conclusion. The Whigs won a huge majority, overwhelming the Tories in the House of Commons. So Wellington now blocked the bill in the Lords. When the news hit the streets, the rioting spread to Nottingham, Derby and Bristol, where half the city centre was destroyed and hundreds killed or wounded.
Wellington was burned in effigy by a hooting mob here at what's now Marble Arch, but was then Tyburn, the traditional site of public executions. The country was in chaos, and the king begged Wellington to give way. Eventually, risking accusations of hypocrisy, the Duke agreed to let the bill through. It was probably the most remarkable decision of his career. In the end, I think, the Duke was driven by his powerful sense of duty. The harmony of King, Lords and Commons was breaking down. It was his duty to restore order.
If I had been capable of refusing my assistance to His Majesty, I do not think that I could have shown my face in the streets for shame of having done it.
Backed by around 100 other Tories, Wellington abstained and did not attend the debates. The Great Reform Act was passed in June 1832, doubling the electorate. It was a first step towards parliamentary democracy. But Wellington gained no credit for backing down. It was too little, too late. One Whig MP wrote in delight, "The Duke of Wellington has destroyed himself forever." The derision and even hatred now felt for Wellington was reflected in the caricatures of the day. Many of them have been collected by Sir Edward Buchan.
So this is a fantastic collection of Wellington caricatures. What do you like about them?
You're very kind. They excite me. They're amusing. They're sardonic. They're strong.
But why are the caricatures like this so important?
It's interesting from the point of view of it being a popular opinion poll of the day. Many of the newspapers then, from time to time at any rate, were in the pay of the government. So satire or criticism or the deflation of the pompous, in those days it was something that appealed mightily. The English, you know, like to pull down their heroes. I'll show you one of my favourite caricatures which exactly exemplifies the point. Here, this caricature here.
That's not at all nice.
It's a caricature showing him being in league with the devil. The process of Catholic emancipation had been long drawn out and was bitterly fought. And in those days when religion meant so much more to people than, alas, perhaps it does today, that was a filthy insult.
Extremely cruel.
This is one of my favourites. The grey figure there is Grey, who was Prime Minister after Wellington. And here he is addressing a troop of recalcitrant Tories, Wellington shown prominent in dunce's cap, and Grey teaching them the verb to reform. I will reform, you will reform, etc.
The victor of Waterloo converted to naughty schoolboy.
Yes, and he'd saved England, he'd saved our country, this great hero. As soon as he went into politics, he begins to be depicted in a light that is thoroughly unfavourable.
But would Wellington's reputation ever recover? In October 1834, the Houses of Parliament burnt down. The construction of these magnificent new buildings marked the changing face of British politics. The roles of the House of Lords and the monarchy were diminishing. Power had shifted to the House of Commons, and modern party politics was taking root. Wellington and his age were being left behind.